All right, hello everybody. It is Coach Seth, your coach, Atlanta Braviaries, bringing to you RCF Week 6. Now, this week we are taking on Monkferno, this king right here, and his Houston Haxoruses for Week 6 of the RCF, as I said. So, obviously, I had some issues. Not the issues you may expect. It's just Scythe being forgetful once again. So I was clearing out space for my laptop, and in doing so, I wanted to delete some videos that I wasn't using, and in the process, I accidentally deleted my week 6 video because I didn't put it in the editor yet. I was going to do that today, which is the day before videos are going to go live at 10. It's 10:50 right now. Videos go live in 9 hours if I'm doing my math. Yeah, 9 hours. Obviously, I'm not ready. But shout out to Monk because he was able to send me his video. And that's why I don't put. A lot of people would expect you to put a picture over their face. No, I'm gonna keep their face there because they're an absolute fucking king. Anyways, so obviously I'm bringing in my Gigantamax and Talion, my newly found Reshiram, Ditto, Magnezone, Mammothswine, and Stakataka. Now this is why the Crown Tundra tier. Okay, for those of you who don't know, we in the RCF we have a new tier introduced because of the Crown Tundra called the Crown Tundra tier. And basically each coach got one mon from one fully evolved mon that came back from the Crown Tundra. Now this is why it's fucking broken and it's absolute bullshit. He has 2 fucking Ubers, okay? One of which, Yveltal over here, can hold a goddamn item. Broken as hell. I can't wait for season 2 when they're in the Uber tier. Just, like when that came to mind, I was like, son of a, because and it happened mid battle too. Like when it was like, oh, that makes more sense because it's Crown Tundra tier, broken as fuck. I hate it. Anyways, that's enough complaining. So obviously he brings Dreadnought, my fucking Seishin, bro, my fucking Naga. Fuck. Urshifu, Toxapex, Rotom, the Clip, and Yveltal, who is actual bullshit. Fuck Yveltal. So basically, the reason he has Dung and I have his Reshiram is because Rebel decided, you know what, kill me. I can't speak. I want to fuck up Scythe's day and give him a mon that I don't want that I want another person to have. So he gave Monk my Zacian, and I'm so upset about it. Anyways, moving on. Enough complaining. Let's get into the battle. So he's deciding his lead. If I remember correctly, I led off with my Magnezone here. We're just gonna skip a little bit because I know he's going over his process. Look at his fucking trainer card, absolute king trainer card right there. So we are gonna get directly into the battle right here. So I believe I led off with my Magnezone. We're about to find out. Yes, I led off with my Magnezone. Lin, the goddess, as he led off with Urshifu. Obviously not an amazing matchup, and I'm just like, fuck, what do I do here? He's going for the close combat. Obviously, he doesn't have close combat, but I didn't know that at the time. I'm like, okay, he's going for the close combat. Do I just try to Volt Switch? What do I do here? What's my play? So he goes for the Drain Punch, and I think I decided to stay in Volt Switch here because I am Specs, and it's going to be doing a fuck ton of damage. Drain Punch did a fuck ton of damage. And so Volt Switch comes off, and we trade damage, basically. We trade damage. He probably knows I'm Specs. I can't hear him right now. Neither can you. But he probably knows I'm Specs now. And so I go into my Katara here, and I try to fire off this Max Airstream, right? And I'm thinking he's just gonna let this thing go. It's in the red. What can this do to me? But no, he's smart, and he decides to go into is it the Rotom or the Toxapex? I think it's probably the Toxapex. Is it? I don't know what he went into. I'm probably gonna watch this afterward just to like fucking just to know, just to watch the video early. But I think he ends up going into Toxapex. We can skip forward just a little bit. Yeah, he goes into Toxapex here, and I just fire up the Air Slash. I reveal it. Every week I'm bringing Air Slash. Oh, no, I went for the U-turn. Great play, Scythe. Great play. Love momentum. Probably because it was going to kill the Urshifu anyway had he not switched or anything. So it doesn't really matter. It was actually a really good play now that I think about it. And I go back into Lin. Lin's going to be doing some great damage with Volt Switch, Choice Specs Volt Switch, or Choice Specs even Thunderbolt even. And so I'm just going to skip forward a little bit. They go into their Rotom-Mow as I fire off the Thunderbolt, and here it does decent damage for not being being I think 4 times resisted. But obviously my play is to just switch because I'm trying to keep Lin around for that Toxapex. I go into my Ozai, my Reshiram. As they fire out the Dark Pulse, it's going to do a little bit of damage. I will not lie. Damage is being dealt. So they decide to switch. I think they go into their Yveltal. Do they go into their Toxapex? I don't really necessarily remember. They go into their Toxapex. Okay. They go into their Toxapex, and I don't know what I did here. I might have Earth Powered. I think I just Blue Flare. Yeah, I just Blue Flare because I'm not a Chad. And that actually does a really decent amount of damage, considering how bulky Toxapex is. They're going to get Black Sludge Recovery, but I don't really care. And now I think they might have Baneful Bunkered or went for the... No, they went for the Toxic here, I think. As I just Earth Power, going to be doing some damage. It's unfortunately not enough to put it in the red, and they are going to fire off the knockoff here, and it's going to do very little damage since I have no item. They get more Black Sludge Recovery, and I think I might have gone for the Blue Flare here. I think they might have been in range, so I just wanted to play it safe in case they might have possibly wanted to switch into Yveltal or Rotom. Yeah, I went for the Blue Flare. No, okay. I know I'm saying I might have. I don't know exactly. It's Saturday when I'm recording this. We had our battle Tuesday. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning, okay? So, bear with me here. And so they get more Black Sludge recovery, so now I'm fairly sure that just barely out of range of a Blue Flare. But I think I might have clicked it again. I don't really remember. We are going to switch. I want to see if they do switch. I know they switch here. Yeah, they switch here. And this might have been a turn where I just Earth Powered. Dark Aura. I have no idea what that ability does, I'm going to be honest. No, I just fired off the Draco. Because I'm a Chad. And it actually does a really good amount of damage here. They Oblivion Winged me. That's thumbnail. Anyways, just wanted to get that. Anyways, they Oblivion Wing me, and this is where I learned that Oblivion Wing actually replenishes health. I did not know that information until today. I Blue Flare here, and it doesn't kill. Which is really unfortunate, but I'm at -2 because of the Draco Meteor, so what was I really expecting? But I think I decided to preserve Ozai here and maybe sack my Magnezone. I think is what I did. Yeah, I preserve Ozai, and no, I went Ditto. Because yes, Ditto's an amazing Pokemon in leagues like this where you can have an Uber who holds an item. I think Ditto is definitely an amazing mon in leagues like this. For those of you who don't know. So, they lose their HP and they die to Life Orb Recoil, and that is the first death, which I'm okay with not being able to claim that kill. We are in with our own, with Aang here, and so now I'm trying to see what they want to do. I believe they go into Dreadnought here and they Dynamax up. Yeah, they're going to Dynamax up, and they go for the Max Water, which is a really great play. I decided to go into my Stack Attacka, trying to take any hit, because obviously Stack Attacka's physical defense is literally through the roof. So they go for the Max Water, and it drops me down to the red, and I have no idea. They got a crit. I have no idea if crit mattered there. Literally 0. Crit could have mattered, maybe, but I think maybe it would have been a 2-coat anyways. I really have no clue. I'd have to run a calc, and I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. So I obviously just have to sack Toph here. Like there's no way. Like what else could I do? They're just dead. Which is really unfortunate because I was hoping that Toph could put in some work because I was running a substituting Iron Defense body press set with a gyro ball as well because obviously that's like a pretty decent move set if you ask me, being able to set up those Iron defenses with an already absurd defense stat. So I go into Qatar here and I have to match their max. Now I had no idea that they'd be AV here. And so when I max, I think obviously my best move is to just go for the max Hydro Snipe. So I'm gonna max myself, and so we are gonna get the Hydro Snipe going. And it does very little damage, believe it or not. That's what for Dynamaxing Pokemon, that does little damage. I just knew that they were AV. And it really sucks because I'm throwing my Katara away here. I threw Katara away, and it was really freaking unfortunate. So we're just gonna, skip a little bit. The video wants to buffer. You love to see it. I think it did even less. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think it did even less damage to an undynamaxed Dreadnought than it did to the regular Dreadnought, and that's kind of sad when you really think about it. In the long run, because like a Dynamax Pokemon should be doing like should be clicking buttons, right? And so they go for the Max Rockfall, yada yada. We've seen this play already. I just don't want the video to buffer. And it really sucks because Katara's been putting in so much work recently. And honestly, the matchup was not the greatest considering how he had fucking two Pokemon, two Ubers, and Urshifu. Come on, man. And so I think they go for the Earthquake here. I'm not too sure. I have to go for the Hydro Snipe, obviously. I could have preserved Katara, but I really couldn't have switched into this thing safely. It drops them down to the below half, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna kill Katara, which is really, really unfortunate. And so now I'm just contemplating on what I could possibly do to bring this back. There's very little I could do. I think I might have. Okay, I went into Appa here. I'm rocking Choice Scarfed Appa because I can't outspeed Zacian, but I can outspeed basically everything on his team. But the issue is I'm not running Icicle Crash. I accidentally ran Icicle Spear because I kind of just threw the team together. I will not lie. Which is really unfortunate. I wouldn't say it cost me the game or anything. It's definitely not that detrimental. But it could have helped with differential just a little bit. Could have helped with differential. I will not lie. We're just gonna skip a bit. And so I went for the knockoff there because obviously that's the great middle ground play. And that drops them down to a really decent amount of HP. So I feel the Leaf Storm coming kind of. I also feel like a Dark Pulse might be coming off as well. And I decided to go Reshiram here again. Completely forgetting that rocks are on the field. Yeah, I went Lin. Died to rocks. And then I went Ozai. Completely forgetting that I didn't think rocks were gonna be doing based on the amount of health. I didn't think rocks were gonna be doing a lot, but they actually dropped me down to literally 1% or 1 HP. I have no clue. It was 1 to 3 HP is where I was at, and it was just not great. And I'm not even max speed Reshiram. I'm literally min speed, max HP, max special attack. So I think they just kill me here. I honestly don't know. I think they just kill me. Oh no, they switch into the Toxapex. Okay, fine by me. I can get damage off on something. I think I went for the Earthquake potentially, or the Earth Power. I mean, Potentially. No, I went for the Roost. Yeah, because I'm a Pokemon player. This is. I feel like this might be a bad commentary. I apologize. The Sandstorm is going to subside. I feel like Roost was actually a really good play there, if I'm being honest. Because they don't know that I'm in speed, but I'm in speed. So I think they fire off the Toxic here, and I have no option but to just sit here and like try to do damage and things like that. So it's just a bunch of turns of trying to do damage and like Earth Powering / Blue Flaring this thing, I believe. And a lot of baneful bunkers, which is really like this is why I hate Toxapex. Yeah, I know I have a Toxapex, I get it, but like Toxapex is just an annoying Pokemon. Earth Power, it's gonna go into the Rotom. We are gonna kill the Rotom because of Turbo Blaze. I don't know if they forgot about Turbo Blaze, but it's a thing. And then Toxic Damage. Oh, that's fuck me, bro. And obviously, it's killing me next turn. So, what exactly did they go out into? They went out into Urshifu. Obviously, tried to pick up a kill. Like, oh, it's like, great play, dude. They went for the Drain Punch, trying to get that HP back. I live on a Sliver. I live on a Slither. I live on literally 1 to 3 HP. And they get back to 46, and I'm able to claim a last final. I don't know if that's a roll. If it was a roll, I apologize, Monk. I'm sorry, but that one's on me. And I'm able to claim a last minute kill with Reshiram there, which is always nice. And I do die to Toxic, which unfortunate, but it is what it is. So now I'm left with Aang and Appa. So I'm assuming that they might try to clean up with the Zacian here. So I try to go out into Aang, but you see that gets shut down immediately because they went out into the Toxapex. So now I'm this thing. I don't want to be this thing because then it just becomes a really weird stall war type thing, and it's not fun. I go for the recover here. I don't know why, but I went for the recover there. And I'm back at a really good HP, and I think I might have potentially Toxic this thing. I don't know. I really don't know. They go for the. I'm guessing they go for the crunch here, or they could also. Yeah, I did Toxic the thing, which is it's always nice, but I think I just lose, and the battle's ending really really fucking soon, so I kind of just have to like die here. So I was hoping we wouldn't have to recreate this like really long game on Showdown, and I was trying to I was clicking, bro. I was zooming with this. I go into Appa, and this is where I don't know if having. Well, I mean, I'm actually choice locked, so never mind. I thought the final 2 mons were different, but yeah, I for sure lose. Because, so in my mind, before this, for some reason I thought Rotom, Mo, and Yveltal were the final 2 mons. I died to Sacred Sword, by the way. Is Sacred Sword physical? I thought Sacred Sword was special. Am I thinking a Secret Sword? Anyways, we're going to lose 3-0. Not the worst case scenario. Definitely not a great scenario, because now it's literally a race between me and Rebel for playoff. For the lowest seed of playoffs. For the 8th seed, it's a race between me and Rebel. So we could potentially make playoffs. I need to win my next game, and I need him to lose. I think I need to win my next 2, and I need him to lose his next 2 in order to be certain. But my week 8 match is not looking nice because my opponent has fucking Max Nut, and it's scary. So yeah. Anyways, next week we're replacing Arsenal, and his HawRiver Houndooms should be a great match. I think he has a pretty scary team. I'm not gonna lie. But with that being said, shout out to Monk, GG, fucking king for sending me his side of the video. I'm gonna watch it back just because I feel like it. We lose 3-0, like I said. Definitely could have played a bit better. There were definitely some plays that were a little but there's not much you can do about it. He played a great game, and he has a really scary ass team. With that being said, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm Coach Scythe, your coach of the Atlanta Braves, and I'll see you guys next time.